I'm gonna call these particular little snippets here that I make with the in the dark with the cigarette, dark light cigarette talk. Little light cigarette talks. Anyway, uh, I want to get into frequencies, harmonics, sound. Like in the Bible, it says God said, "Let there be light." He said first, so sound preceded light. You know what I'm saying? The power of both hell and death is in the tongue. You know what I'm saying? So these are big things here. Satan was described as a musician. He was built with organs and pipes. So there's and he's also the prince of the power of the air. What's coming out of the air? Airwaves, gamma rays, all kinds of particles, ley line energy, magnetosphere energy, tornadoes, uh, sunburn. But I'm not sure what that exact description actually means. What are the limitations of being the prince of the power of the air? Lightning, thunderstorms, helicopters, drones, satellites. These things are all related to the sky, space. Uh, so just throwing it out there. And let's go to harmonics now. Jericho's wall, the horns blew and it knocked down the wall. Was that because of harmonics, frequencies, uh music had, I noticed the therapeutic, and also it was like the Indians, before they go off to battle, they do something called heavy dancing. And you know what it is you're kind of cleaning out, first you're cleaning out your kind of conscience, and then you're pumping yourself up for battle. You know what I'm saying? Before, proceeding hard and strong dancing was kind of purifying dancing. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm just saying these are customs, and they're there for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because that, the music just has, like I'm saying, it has effects. You know what I'm saying? Like, some drugs, like, uh at certain times, like you got in a car wreck and you're busted the fuck up and you got an IV and they pump you up with some painkillers. That's cool. If you're in the basement on the floor, man, you know what I'm saying, with a needle in your arm, that's not cool. That's a bad application of the medicine. You know what I'm saying? So just throwing that out there. With music, likewise, it's also, so you can use music to work yourself up to suicide. I know now, I listen to the suicide rap, suicide rock, and that's all probably made by the CIA and Agenda 21 to put sublims in your mind that you don't realize you played a magic spell on yourself by repetition, 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 listening to suicidal thoughts. And now you're wondering why you're thinking about suicide. You know what I'm saying? Or even watching movies about that shit, where my favorite are movies where they pretend you're crazy, but you're not really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones at the end where you think you're not crazy and at the end you're just fucking gone, like Identity. Uh there's been other movies. It's like Count of Monte Cristo. It's like uh what do you say? Uh they take him to the prison and then he's like, "I'm innocent, I swear." And the guy goes, "I know. That's why they sent you to me." It's them types of situations. But back to harmonics. Supposedly, spirits can be attached to sounds because that's through the grimoires, which is the ancient medieval making of spells and sounds, and you could, uh, conjure things basically by making funny sounds. And you also got tongues, the gift of interpreting tongues and interpreting prophecy. Like a vague prophecy, like Nebuchadnezzar's or Pharaoh's dreams. You know what I'm saying? This is all in the realms of harmonics and frequencies, and you know what I'm saying? Sources that supernatural sources. Things you cannot see, but you can use physical things, talismans, and ritual charging objects, because certain objects have chargeable qualities to them. You know what I'm saying? So this is just physics and natural science, but it's applied in a manner to do spiritual application. A big part about it is intention and will, and in all things. You know what I'm saying? Dark and good. You know what I'm saying? So and back to harmonics. Let me think. Uh, oh yeah, the harp machine. How come the harp machine is named after a musical instrument? And I heard now, uh, CERN is a big instrument, and it's making its own music. Uh, which is insane, which would go to say, are people channeling music from another dimension that's already there, like someone's playing you music, but if if you're not in the right mindset or did the right blood sacrifice rituals, you can't tap into the G-funk era, so to speak. I don't know, but or same thing with heart or CERN. Is CERN, do they not got to do some blood sacrifices to really crack open the music of the abyss? And like basically, and then you got this too. You got Saturn, the Saturn emissions, and how Saturn's related to the Saturnalia cults and Satanism and all this other mumbo jumbo, juju funkery. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's deep in the game. I mean, there's something to it, but I would suggest don't dabble in it uh to get powers or something. But listen, if you understand what the symbols are and what they mean, and it helps you understand what they're saying, what they're conveying to each other, because what it is, they're just flashing secret language, sign language through symbols, basically. Okay, simple as that. So if you understand their symbolism, like, listen, here's the thing: you could look at a symbol, but in your mind you hear a sound or a syllable of the name of the symbol. For instance, or one could represent a sound. You know what I'm saying? For instance, so you write them in a certain code. It might you could transfer music. Different way to write it, just like the notes and the octave scales. And okay, back to harmonics. What else? Yes. Yeah, the Haven Brook. I'm not sure if that's connected to an instrumental type thing. I mean, the whole universe and the Earth and the universe. Each planet makes its own sound, but it's undetectable to the ear. And like I was talking about, the birds, the dogs, the elephants, what the dolphins make funny sounds. They make clickety sounds. The bats operate off sound. So I've been realizing the bird, like, listen, watching my videos with the birds in the video trains the birds to hear themselves, and they hear my voice when they hear themselves. I'm telling you, this is something to do with this weird bird phenomena. You know what I'm saying? And it, like, I know this is part of it, but plus anyone who plays any of these videos that at their house, if birds outside hear that video, them playing it, and who knows how delicate their ears are. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this is theoretically how maybe this potentially is working. So don't uh please take the fluoride out of the water, good sirs. You know what I'm saying? Funk, funk defied, man. In the hood right here, dude. Harmonics, dude. But yeah, back to the music. So music's got properties that can change your frequencies. They can implant shit in your mind. They suggest things to you. Sometimes it's all art form. I guess here's the thing: you could play the same music to 100 different people, and 100 different people hear 100 different million things each person, because it's by their own experience. So that's 90% of them might not even hear the sublims, therefore they're not even really affected. But 10% are more prone to being controlled by suggestion, just by nature or whatever. And so you could see how 90% of the people just don't see what's going on, while only this 10% really are just prone or susceptible for other environmental factors, you know what I'm saying, to that particular kind of magic trickery. Because I mean, that's what it is. Magic, it's a synonym is sciences and physics, like and the periodic table, man, chemistry. Chemistry is all in your anatomy, because you got acid and water and food and wastes and air and carbon. You're exhaling carbon, inhaling oxygen. Uh, all this craziness, man. But and then here's the even funnier part about a sound: what the lack of sound. You know what I'm saying? How often do you hear dead silence? That's a sound in itself, dead silence. Now let that go rack your dang brain about thinking about that one. But understand as much as you can about things, but understand that some of these things aren't easily understood. So no reason to try to force, you know what I'm saying, the growth of the flower. You know what I mean?